Okay, I'm gonna do a 4-month review. What's up, Cash? What's up, buddy? I'm gonna do a 4-month review on the RZR Highlifter. And really the only issue we've really had with it, I guess there's maybe 2 issues. One's not really an issue, it's just more of a circumstance that happens after an event, is mud. These tires absolutely throw so much mud up that we had to get these extenders. And I did a little bit of a review. These are Super ATV, the XL flares. Polaris doesn't make an extra flare, and I believe the old flare only went out this wide. So you'll see how much wider that you end up getting when you get these. Now these just slide over the existing ones. You can see, here's the existing ones right in here. And that just slides over, then you rebolt them. So pretty easy to put on. It's kind of a pain getting them lined up. It's definitely handy to have somebody with you helping you. Now Polaris makes these front ones. And again, I believe they were only this wide and you get this much here. Now since we put those on, it has stopped, 80% of the mud that comes flying in the cabin. Now you wouldn't believe this, but we've had this thing covered 4 times and no issues really at all. We have dominated every terrain. I mean, stuff that even huge trucks can't get through. This thing has just dominated. We were at South Fork Dirt Riders in Taylorville for their tailgates and tailboys last weekend. We pulled out a full-size Jeep. We pulled out a 3/4 ton truck over a huge log. I can't believe it actually did it. So this thing, it's just an amazing machine. Absolutely love it. So glad that I got the Highlifter. But one of the issues you're going to have is overheating. We did overheat a couple times now. There's some tabs up front. I got online and someone had showed me how to clean this. So you kind of push these tabs in and you can pull this forward and this comes out right here to where you can really get in to that radiator and really clean that out. It was so messed up. It was really a fine black, like a sooty type of mud, and it really just stuck in the radiator. So I actually thought it was my oil temperature in the beginning overheating until we really got it back. It happened right at the end of the event. I'd pulled 4 or 5 people out in a row, so I thought I just overheated it. But you can take that little cover off and get the water hose. They say don't use a pressure washer because it'll bend all those little fan blades, those little blades that are in there where the air goes through. So just get a water hose and put right up against it, and they say they'll push it all out. And even after I thought I'd had it pretty clean, I put the water hose right up against it, and still a ton of that dirt came out. All in all, I guess I'll go through some of the aftermarket things we put on it. The light bar, I did have to readjust it. It seems to come loose every once in a while. So I tried cranking it down a little bit more. No issues with the winch or the winch cable at all. The trail tires we bought, I have over here. We're getting ready to go to Bricks this weekend. So these are the, I think they're STI, and those are 30-inch Rocketanes. I think those are 15-inch wheels, and the tires are 30-inch Rocketane. So great trail tire. No issues at all with it. Just we seem to be more in the mud all the time, so we just have more fun with those tires. Now, here's an issue that you're going to end up having possibly with the cooler. This cooler is fantastic. I would highly recommend, this is the 49 quart, or the 51 quart. I would recommend this to anyone, but it takes up so much room. And if you have anything in this area here, I normally keep my extra toe straps, some clips, then I keep my Polaris bag that has the tire plugs, the air compressor, and some things. I have even a little come-along. I think it's a little 1-ton come-along that's in that bag right over there that I can wedge in here, but you can't ever get in to really open this up to push down because there's so much crap that's in there. So that's really only one issue that you'll end up having, but this thing, it keeps everything so cool. It's pretty filthy. I actually did a pretty poor job of cleaning it last time. It's got a little drain over there on the side. The bumper has been fantastic. This little clip here, as far as the D-ring, not a D-ring, just a, I forgot what kind of clip that's actually called. So you don't have to get towed out with this piece right here. Or this was breaking so much that put one of these on it, and it's been fantastic. You know, I guess you could tie onto here. And I saw some people getting pulled out some really crazy ways. And want me to pull them out some crazy ways too. So the one thing I would say, if you're going to pull someone out, make sure you're comfortable. Make sure they have everything correctly attached, because you don't want something to fly off and hit and kill you or someone else. The MB Quartz Polaris speaker has been pretty good. I did wash, I guess I got a little bit of water in it, so it kind of was messed up for a couple of days. Like the volume would skip the channels and those types of things. It's really the only issue I've had. It's been pretty good. The pods have been fantastic also. No issues at all out of those. Really like these Pro Armor harnesses that we end up getting. They're very comfortable and much better than the Polaris ones. The windshields worked out great. Not really scratched it yet. I'm sure it's going to happen, but end up having the storage. I got the little storage compartment in here. I actually removed it, and I'll show you. I keep a spare belt in here. You saw in that last video. The radiator is right under there, so I mean, now you can reach up under through here and kind of get into it if you would need to. Behind it a little bit more, you probably can't see that very well. I'm sorry, but I just want to kind of show you right up in through there. So if you don't have this storage compartment in here, you can actually get to the back side of the radiator a lot easier. So I took it out and then thought, you know what, I wanted to keep that belt in there just because I was with some friends over the weekend and they ended up thrashing their belt. So I had an extra belt that I could give them. But that is really nice. If I had a little more room, I would probably just try to put that belt somewhere else. And I've thought about even just bunging it down here. I got an extra one of these little clips here that kind of clip and lock in. Well, those will just kind of come out. You can't see the dirt in that. Okay. So, I mean, I have a few options that I could use to put it on there. What are some of the other things we had? The music's great. The roof has been fantastic. This Polaris, but man, it rattles so much. I ended up putting some little foam inserts in there to stop some of the rattling, and that's helped out quite a bit. And I even put some up in right in between the roof and the top of the roof line, I guess is what you would call it. And that's worked out pretty well too. But all in all, really enjoyed this machine. It's been just fantastic. It seems to go in places that hardly any other Polaris or any other side-by-sides can go, and then it just pulled so many people out. One thing I wish they would come up with is, instead of having this terrible rusty looking color, I don't know if someone knows of any other place that does this, let me know. I know you can move all of this to the back, but if someone powder coated that to where it wouldn't look so bad. I mean, I've only had mine 4 months, and it's probably had 5 washes on it, and it already looks like that. So I just think that you could kind of make that look a little bit better if you needed to. The little rock bouncer things, whatever, or the I forgot what you're actually called, to stop you know, from tearing up your plastic and stuff. I don't think we've really had to use those too much. I did have a gal that was on a 4-wheeler come flying out into a hole that we were in as we were coming out of and hit the front of the tire. But that's really about I think the only thing that we've had hit us or we've hit so far. I keep all the tools and stuff in the glove box through here. I did go with this Polaris jump box. No, knock on wood, we've not needed it yet. But this thing is held charged. I charged it about, I think 3 weeks ago, and it's still at 100%. Sorry about this. So it's a nice little jump box you get right here. And I just keep it in the glove box. They say it's somewhat waterproof. Let's just see if it's still at 100%. Okay. No, I think maybe it's dead. Okay, well, so much for that. It hadn't been charged the entire time. I don't know, maybe I've left it on accident. Okay, so I'll get that charged back up. The overall looks of the Highlifter have been great. Those mirrors worth their weight in gold right here. Those seismic mirrors. We still wish they came out with the orange insert that you could put in the back here. And you can slide those up anywhere you need. And the mirror's actually adjustable on the other side. So the glass can, you know, go up or down, back and forth, where the Polaris ones are fixated and just stuck in place. I wouldn't change anything. The one thing I would definitely recommend is getting these extra large fenders. If you're gonna get the Highlifter series, or you're gonna put those outlaw tires on, or anything that's gonna kick up mud. Other than that, it's been a great purchase. We've had an absolute blast with it. Any place we go to, people are always asking questions about it, and you know, what has it been stuck? Where does it kind of stuff can it get stuck in? So it's got a really good reputation. So I just want to do a little 4-month review on what I thought about it. And
this is Josh Carmen. If you have any questions, just hit the comment.